It's July the 2nd, 2005, and it's Live 8. Here in Hyde Park there are 200,000 people, with millions around the globe at 9 other concerts and billions watching on television. Bob Geldof has asked the world to come together today to support his unyielding determination to make poverty history. Welcome to what will be the biggest music event in the history of the entire world. This unbelievable day kicked off at 3 o'clock this morning in Tokyo.
So I told you with a smile, it's all about you.
Just over an hour ago, South Africa started rocking, where we're promised a special appearance by Nelson Mandela. And of course he was huge in the 80s. And minutes ago, just a stone's throw from the Brandenburg Gate, Berlin started rocking to the Teutonic sound of Der Totenhosen. At least I think they started. Maybe they'll be starting any second now. Lucky old Germany. The concert here in Hyde Park kicks off in about an hour before passing the baton to Rome and Paris and then across the Atlantic to Philadelphia. 24 hours of the world's greatest artists performing their music live in support of Bob Geldof's extraordinary vision. So welcome to the BBC's coverage of Live 8. The best place to be if you can't actually be here in Hyde Park, which unfortunately for most of you, you can't unless you got lucky with the text messaging, or indeed you went and bought a ticket on eBay for thousands, which would have been wrong and morally reprehensible, so let's hope you didn't do that. Now, I'm up here in this exclusive BBC pod, which is a bit like the TARDIS in reverse. It's far smaller on the inside than it looks on the outside. And from now until whenever it finishes, and I can tell you quite confidently we have no idea when that will be really ending, we'll be bringing you all the coverage every second of this momentous day from around the world. Now, obviously, I could helm a little thing like this on my own, but seeing as this is a bit like the TARDIS and I'm a bit like Doctor Who, I do have a couple of gorgeous assistants to help me out. Talking to all the stars backstage and still wiping the Glastonbury mud off her Birkenstocks, it's Joe Wiley. Hi, Joe, how are you?
Yeah, it's in a lot of other creases as well, but I won't show you those. This is the BBC Rock Garden, so what you can expect here, this is where all the bands and the artists will come after they've been on stage, or maybe hang around before they go on stage. So we're just going to catch up with them and talk to them. Bob Geldof just making his exit. Elton's over there. Elton, we'll be talking to him a bit later on. Elton, he's going to ignore me now. Hi. Elton, will you have a chat with Jonathan later on?
Yes, I will.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, he's here just to prove it's the real Elton. So anyway, yeah, expect the unexpected today. I think that's a general message.
I'm glad. Just to prove it's the real Elton, as opposed to the many, many Elton lookalikes that we have downstairs there in the Rock Garden. Now, I could tell you that Joe's been in since 9 o'clock this morning. Everyone's been here early. She's been here since 9, and most of the beer's already gone from downstairs. On the big stage itself, looking like the world's most fragrant roadie, I also have to help out in the day the BBC staff rock chick, Fern Cotton. Hello, Fern.
Hello, Jonathan. I'm on the stage right now. I'm on the Live 8 stage. I can't believe it. In about an hour's time, Sir Paul McCartney and U2 are going to be right here on this spot performing Sgt. Pepper. And of course, from now until 10 p.m. tonight, we've got the most amazing pop and rock acts in the world. U2, The Who, Pink Floyd, Madonna, Robbie Williams, Joss Stone. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, the crowd, just that lot there, hello. They've been camping out since last night with their cheese sandwiches and their tents, getting all ready for the gig today. I'm guessing now the 150,000 people who won tickets are now here, am I right? There they all are. Also, there are 55,000 people watching this show on a huge big screen in Hyde Park just to be part of the whole day and soak up the atmosphere. Are you ready? I think that's a yes. It's going to be an awesome day.
Who's that?
Look at that. Incredible crowd scenes, really is marvellous atmosphere here. I hope you're picking up some of it at home, but it really is quite a remarkable place to be right now. Look, you can see thousands and thousands and thousands of people spilling into Hyde Park, and here we are in our little pod, and I've been joined by Sir Elton John. Elton?
How are you?
How lovely to have you in my pod. I never thought I'd be saying that on TV.
Thank you very much. All those people out there, by the way, are for Gay Pride. They're not for this event.
Well, that's happening just over there somewhere.
I know, yeah.
Did you do a little bit of marching there before you came?
No, I came by helicopter.
All right. Now, I believe you've said recently that most of the original Live 8 is a bit of a blur to you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very enjoyable day, to say the least.
This was 20 years ago, of course.
Yeah.
You were performing in Philadelphia.
No, I wasn't.
Weren't you?
I was like at Wembley.
Were you? Oh, I don't remember. It's a bit of a blur to me.
Right, exactly. But Blur went on it,
Are you in Philadelphia today?
No, I'm in Dublin.
It's going to be great, though. How's the atmosphere compare here today? I mean, do you remember?
I've only just got here, so it's going to be fine. I mean, all the backstage area, all the bands are right all together, so I imagine it's going to be fun. I mean, these events don't come along very often, do they?
No, well, every 20 years, it seems.
Yeah, every 20 years, yeah.
And let's hope we won't need to do another one of these in 20 years' time.
Well, I'll be 89 or something like that. Yeah.
Not that, well, I'm sure you look great on it, but not that we don't hope we'll achieve much today. You, of course, I know you know a lot about Africa. We all do from media coverage recently. But I imagine you know quite a lot about the AIDS situation there through your work with the AIDS Foundation.
Yeah, I mean, we went to South Africa at the beginning of the year and visited all the projects that we fund and did a concert down there to raise money in Cape Town. And it's great to go and see for yourself and see, you know, that we need to redress the balance. Not just, I'm talking not about AIDS now, but I'm talking about this concert and the way that people live their lives and the poverty they live their lives. It's just, you know, it's just not on in the 21st century to be able for people to live like that. And as far as AIDS goes, we have an awful lot of work to do. I'm wearing my AIDS ribbon today, which was made by an HIV positive choir in Durban, and they make these badges and they sell them to raise money for their food and lodging and stuff. It's something, you know, that we'll probably be doing for a long, long time. And Bob, you know, has been doing it for 20 years after Live Aid. I mean, people are having a go at him, some of them in the press, and I just find it astonishing that people could say that, you know, he's just a naive pop star and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's an expert on it. He's been doing it for 20 years. And I, for one, wouldn't do it for anybody else other than him, because I think he's just amazing.
Yeah, and even if there was a degree of naivety, and I'm not saying there was, then certainly if it's serving a cause which I think most of us would consider on just terms of basic humanity, very brave.
Yeah, we're just trying to bring attention to something that needs to be redressed, and you know, it's a positive thing to do. And you know, there's so many negative things in the world going on at the moment that this is an incredible positive step, and I think it will make a huge difference, and I hope it makes a huge difference to the G8 summit when they meet in Edinburgh.
We might perhaps ask you more about that in a minute, but firstly, just the concert itself today. Are you at all nervous about playing before an audience this small?
Yes.
Because for you, this is a tiny crowd, and now?
No, I'm not nervous, really. It's going to be, I mean, unfortunately, you know, U2, Coldplay and myself are all playing somewhere else tonight. So I'm in Dublin, and I think U2 are in Austria, and I think maybe, or Belgium, somewhere like that. Yeah. So we're on first, so we're going to miss all the great stuff that's going to come on afterwards. But it's going to be a fantastic day for people. And I'm sure there's going to be some surprise duets and some surprise appearances by people, which makes these events kind of so special.
Anyone you're particularly looking forward to hearing or seeing, of those that you are near to?
Well, I'm looking forward to U2 and Coldplay because they're the only things that I will hear.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'd like to see the Killers, and I'd like to see the Scissor Sisters.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're the two that I would really like to see.
It's a great, I mean, it is quite remarkable when you think about the scale of this thing, the fact that there are so many people around the world basically taking part in the same thing. I mean, it really is quite incredible.
And now they get it together so quickly. I mean, the last Live Aid was, it took a little longer to get together, but this one's come together so quickly. And the logistics of doing something like this, because I mean, this is what I do for a living, and the logistics just for me are incredible. But to get everybody here, and as I say, all the other venues around the world, it's just mind-boggling. I mean, Bob, I don't know how Bob copes with it. It's like he's so calm in down there.
I tell you what he does. It's the time he would normally spend on personal grooming, he gives over to this.
Yes.
That's what he does.
And you know, I said that we should do a concert afterward to buy him a new suit.
Okay. Elton, I think we're going to go. We're going to go over to Joe now, or yeah, we're going to go out now because Joe's snared another celebrity backstage. We're going to find out who she's talking to. Joe, who do you have there?
Thanks a lot. You join me now with U2 in the BBC Rock Garden.